Absolutely catastrophic round last week. I reckon most people would have had a pretty tough round. Didn't go too well. I'll have my tips for last week at the end of the video if you want to check that out. Welcome to my tips for round 13 of the season and final round of the buys, thankfully. So we'll get stuck into that one. West Coast and Geelong at Domain Stadium on the Thursday night, which will be a pretty exciting clash. The Eagles and the Cats both had the bye last week, so no real very current form guide. I'm going to go the Eagles on this occasion by 12 points. I think mainly because it's at home, they need to respond. They've been pretty poor lately. It is winnable for us. I don't know if Kennedy's playing or not yet. I'll have to see how that's all travelling. But we have Hawkins out anyway, so it kind of evens that one out. But I think the Eagles will just be very hungry at home to get a good win, and I think they'll win reasonably in a tight game. So I'm going to go with the Eagles on that occasion. Moving on to the next game, we've got North Melbourne and St Kilda at Etihad Stadium. And North Melbourne had the bye, and St Kilda were very disappointing against the Crows, a big loss to them. And they wouldn't be very happy with the way they went about that. I'm going to go North Melbourne on this occasion by 3 points. Very close game last time they played, and North Melbourne tend to do pretty well against the Saints. I guess a number of years ago, the Saints had it over North, but North have swung it back their way. So just going to go North on a hunch. It'll be a very close game, 50-50, and knowing me, it'll be the upset. Richmond and Sydney at the MCG is the next game we've got on the agenda, and Richmond had the bye, and Sydney, a very good win over the Dogs. They were tipped favourites. I don't know why they were, because they hadn't been in great form at all, and neither the Dogs hadn't been in amazing form either, but still would have thought they would have won. I'm going to go the Tigers by 20 points. They do pretty nicely against the Swans in general, and especially the MCG. They generally get the chocolates down there, so I think their game style is matching up pretty well. Sydney aren't a great side this year and probably just got up for last week. So there they go this week. It'll be like the Hawks, just sort of inconsistent. But I'm going to go the Tigers on this game. Port Adelaide and Brisbane at Adelaide Oval. Port had very disappointing loss to Essendon, going down by 70 points. Brisbane, a very good win over the Dockers. A big win there for them up at the Gabba. They'll be very pleased with that. And being at home for Port Adelaide, they need to respond. And I know it's just because you lose doesn't mean you respond, but when you're a quality side, you generally do. And Port have beaten up on some of the lower-ranked sides, so I'll certainly go in with a big win. Port Adelaide by 49 points for this game. Moving on to Gold Coast and Carlton at Metricon Stadium. Some impressive wins by these sides. We had Gold Coast getting the job done over the Hawks by 16, very close game in the end. And Carlton, they got over the Giants by a point in an absolute cliffhanger, that one. So an amazing win for the Blues. I'm going to go the Gold Coast Suns by 20 points. And I think they've been in some reasonable form of late. Carlton are doing the job as well each week and being very competitive. But I think mainly because it's at home, Gold Coast are a different side at home as most teams are. I feel like I'm just tipping every team because they're home deck this week. Been very conservative. It's been a very, very tough few weeks to pick. The last game we got for the round is the Western Bulldogs and Melbourne at Etihad Stadium. And the Doggies were very disappointing against the Swans. A big chunk of percentage taken out from that game at the SCG. And Melbourne got the 4 points by 4 points over the Pies. So they'll be super, super wrapped with that. I'm going to sit the Dogs in this game by 9 points. They need to respond. Bevo will get the best out of them, as he always does. But it'll be very tough. Melbourne not very good at Etihad. Their record speaks for itself. So I'm going on the Dogs by 9 points. Very close. Again, another 50-50 call, but tipping the Dogs here. So those are my tips for the round. Feel free to chuck in your tips in the comments below. And subscribe for more of these and plenty of other reckless stuff on the channel. So get around that. It'll be amazing. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I'll see you next time.